Hey guys, it's ANicWin, also known as Amy, and happy Monday. I hope you're having a lovely day. This is a tiny home in Strangerville. It's a tier 2, so it's genuinely a tiny home. It's not the micro home or the small one. So your bills are a little bit easier, a little bit more affordable. I decided to build this here. It's not going to fit the vibe of everything you see around it because it's not a mobile home. But my thought process here is that this has been loaded onto a trailer and it can be hooked up to the back of like a pickup truck or some other similarly large vehicle, and it can be transported or moved, based on where you want to go. I've seen a few of those houses like that around in real life. It's not often that you see it, but since I can't build one of those little mobile home things that looks realistic like that, this felt like the way to go. Everything else just stuck out like a sore thumb, so I thought, well, why not embrace it? So I'm thinking that the owner of this home is actually not from Strangerville. She's probably, or he, I don't really have a backstory for who the sim is, but they're probably from Evergreen Harbor, or I can maybe even see Willow Creek in this. And they're just like out on the road, traveling, whatever. And they've ended up here. They liked it enough that they've rented Slip 42 for at least the next few months. And they're just gonna hang out here and see what Strangerville is all about. Now, if you're looking at the home and you're thinking, I've seen this before, you probably have. If you Google any sort of container home or tiny home, transportable tiny home, you pretty much get this shape. It doesn't really change, especially if it's a 2-level thing. The only difference is the ones in real life have a much smaller second floor because they're usually like lofted spaces. They're about half wall height, but I wanted to be able to use the whole build, so I went ahead and let it be, as it were, and it still works, I think, but familiarity, I mean, it's there because it's basically a stock image that's been brought to life in The Sims. And I'm okay with that. That's really the vibe that I wanted to go for, so I'm not upset in any way, shape, or form. But there was no specific like inspiration image or anything like that I used. It was just kind of like a quick Google to get it fresh in my mind, and then I just sort of plopped some stuff down. So that is that. So how are your all's weekends? I'm gonna blabber a little bit because I'm excited about an upcoming trip. By the time you watch this, I'll have already gone and been back. But I'm going to Gatlinburg, Tennessee this weekend with some former college roommates of mine. They're some of my best friends, and I haven't been on a trip, with them in a long time. And I don't think I've ever been on a trip with the two of them together at the same time, because there's just going to be 3 of us. So that'll be interesting. Not interesting in a bad way, just like interesting in a fun way, because it's been so long. I mean, crazy long. And I love Tennessee. I've been several times. It's just far enough that you can make the drive in a day, or less than a day. It's like a few hours, 3 or 4. But it's far enough away that it feels like an adventure, but close enough that if I was totally miserable, I could just get in the car and come home, which is like a little safety net. But we've been chatting about different things we're gonna do. Tattoos got thrown up, which I'm absolutely 150% down to do. I love tattoos. It's funny because I think the last time I was in Tennessee, I got a tattoo. And it would be fitting, I think, to go back to the same place. And if you're wondering what kind of tattoo we've been talking about, they joked about matching Harry Potter tattoos. Now, I don't know if they would actually do it with me or if I would be okay with the one that they pick out, because I'm kind of picky. But if that doesn't pan out, if we get separate ones, I'm 100% going to get like a little simple plumb bob like on my wrist or something. We'll see about placement. But if tattoos happen, I will let you know. Probably upload it on Instagram or something like that. I don't really use that for life updates, but like maybe I could. I don't know. But as you can see, we did the exterior dining area. There's no space to eat formally, at least on the interior. There just wasn't room to make it happen. So I decided to throw it outside. Now, if it rains or if it snows or something like that, your Sim's going to be miserable. But we all know Sims eat on the couch anyway. They rarely sit at a table. And I think they'll sit on the bed as well. I don't know if they'll relax and eat, but there are spaces inside to eat so that it's not, you're not stuck, just eating in the rain, which would be horrible. And it kind of leads here into the kitchen. Now there is a grill outside, and then inside you just have the range top. There is no oven. Of course you could swap that out and place an oven if that's something that you would like to have. I felt like this was more realistic personally. And there's no sink. I know you saw a sink, but I'm gonna delete it, and there's only gonna be a sink in the bathroom. So when you have to do dishes, you will have to carry everything downstairs, wash it up, carry it back, put it away. It's not ideal, but it just is how the layout worked, particularly with the windows and everything else. And again, I felt like it was kind of realistic. I have only slept in a camper. I've never slept in a tiny home, but I've only slept in a camper, and I don't think I even slept there. I think we were there just like really, really late in the morning, or at night, early in the morning. We left at like 2 or 3 in the morning and came home, but we were there for a little while. But I have been on a houseboat. I'm derailing the subject. Anyway, I've only been in a tiny home once, and I don't remember if they had a full oven. I think they had like a little convection type thing, like a little countertop deal, and I didn't include that either, so I don't really even know why I'm talking about it. Let's move on. This is the living space. So you go from outdoor dining / grilling space, kitchen, straight into the living room, and it's got all the pieces. There's no coffee table, but I didn't feel like that was necessary. So you've got the TV, there's a full console table, which storage. We've got a bookshelf. Again, there's more storage on that. So if you had stuff, if this was real, right, you'd have plenty of places to put things. I'm imagining it's all anchored into the wall, so it wouldn't like fall over when you're driving. And there's a little love seat with that chair. So you can entertain. You could absolutely have up to 2 guests in this space, and still be fine. Nobody would be standing awkwardly. Not that that matters in The Sims, but if it matters to you, it matters to me. That solution has been accounted for. That was a horrible sentence. We're just going to breeze right on past it. And I drape 3 of these rugs that have the little fringy bits at the end. So that one the little tiny one came with high school years. That one, I believe, is Dream Home Decorator, the yellow one. And then I placed another one that I think came with Tiny Living. I think we also got one with Laundry Day, but I like that they're all of similar style, but they're all kind of different. That's something I would do, is kind of just mix and match 3 different rugs that kind of played out together like that in a space, because there's no way to get a rug that's going to fit the dimension perfectly. But that's just me. That's my style. So then we move down to the bathroom. So this is where the one and only sink is. It's not ideal, but it's fine. There's a full standing shower. That's not a full shower, it's just a shower. And we have a toilet. This is a pretty big bathroom for the space, I think. And there's plenty of storage. Again, I'm gonna place a little cabinet here, so you have a place for towels, toiletries, whatever it is you use and need in the bathroom. Everybody's different. And the reason I inverted the floor plan, if you're wondering, 1, I knew the dining room was going to be upstairs, and it made no sense to have that off of the bedroom. And 2, I knew the bathroom was going to be downstairs, and I thought it was a better fit to have the bedroom closer to the bathroom. It just made a little bit more sense in my head. If I was living here and that was something I had to deal with as far as flow, that's what I would prefer. I would prefer to have the bedroom closer to the bathroom, particularly at night. Nobody wants to wake up and like stumble with one eye open up some stairs, especially those stairs, just to pee. I wouldn't. I would, because when you gotta go, you gotta go. But like, I would hate that, and I would want that fixed as soon as possible. But this is the bedroom. So there's more plants and stuff like that. I just really like that shelving unit. I said stuff like that, like there's stuff other than plants, but I like the shelving unit. The wood tones are a little different down here, and I didn't think that that mattered, just because it doesn't. And it's a big space, but it's also not really huge. So we've got this bed area with the plants. There's going to be more plants around this dresser, and I love that dresser. Something about the fact that it's a combination of being rounded and square, but it doesn't look childlike. And it's got some pretty nice color swatches. I don't know, that's my favorite dresser that we got with high school years. But we have a dresser, it's cluttered up, there's different things. And I also, you'll notice, put a little crafting board down here. Now, because the room has that long piece that's like part hallway and then just room, I decided to throw in the little cross-stitching basket box. It's not a basket, the box, and the knitting basket. So I feel like whoever lives here is maybe into that. Maybe they have a Plopsy store and that's how they make their living. They just sort of, you know, keep up a stock, because you can mail and ship things from anywhere. So they wouldn't really need to have a static place to live. And yeah, that was just kind of my thought process. I tried really hard to make those flowers work because I like that planner, especially in a neutral color. It didn't work out, so I went with these two base game ones, and I think it's fine. This room is nice and lush, but also relaxing. That's always what I go for. And then we just put a little art installation on this wall. I decided to go with the paranormal pack one. And then the rest of this is basically going to be seating. So I'm actually going to leave you guys here to enjoy the rest of the build. As always, feel free to leave a like or comment down below. You can also subscribe if that's something that would spark joy for you. I will be posting the screenshots on Instagram if you want to hop over there and check those out. I will see you on Monday with my next video. And in the meantime, I hope you have a lovely day and a lovely rest of your week. Bye, guys.
It's hard to say, your pattern is so hard to tell, but we're together, that's our game. Round and round and round we go. The dance ain't over, I'm sure we're still the same. Love the ways you make us whole. Would you say if things ain't right? Look away, what's really going on? What's really going on? Would you tell me, can't you say what's really going on?